What's happening, people? We're out on the Sib for the first half of the trip, me and Matt. We are currently heading out of Mudderford Quay. You've got Hainsbury Head there, the rocks and all that old gash. And then people fishing on that. Oh, no, we don't want to go that way. We've got a tide rip, look. Tide rip's unbelievable. Unbelievable. And this is why you've got this big sandbank here that's uncovered. Low water's in about an hour. Now I was going to head out to a mark that I found on my navionics yesterday. It's about 4 miles towards the Needles from here, and to be honest, I forgot to go to the fuel station on the way here, so I've got limited fuel. I've got enough. I'm not coming out here stupid, undergunned with fuel, but yeah, I haven't got as much as I wanted. There's a lot of bird activity out here on the edge of this water. I've got a lure rod with me, so I'm going to have a little flick about of a lure. And we're going to do a bit of mackerelling because tonight we're going to go back to Southbourne Beach and have a go there for the show and stuff. There's a lot of birds here diving. Oh yes, Matt, get a lure on the go, mate. Get a lure, get some feathers tied up, get a rod, get some on your rod will do. And then I will, guys, I'll bring you back in a minute. 2 seconds. Got here 2 seconds before us. First drop, the fellow had a little bass. It was only a little bass, but there's loads of weed about, which is the bloody annoying thing. And again, I know nothing about this place where we're fishing. Yeah, I've not got a clue. That's all I'm doing. And again, we all know I don't know anything about lure fishing, so I'm just casting and retrieving, really, hoping for something to happen, if I'm honest. This is a 46 gram lure, so I bought a bigger one just so it sinks to the bottom a bit better. Yeah, that's about, at the minute, that is about all I can tell you. Other than this lure looks amazing in the water. I went for white just because it's a brighter colour underwater. I got new braid on the reel, £15 braid with a £30 what do you call it? A £30 leader, fluorocarbon. Does look amazing in the water, that. It really does. But, to be honest, I don't feel like I'm in the right place. Matt, we're going. I don't like it. I keep moving. I've been moving flat out, but it doesn't feel deep enough here. So I'm going to punch out a little bit more. It's a little bit choppy, more choppy than not too choppy, like scary choppy, but it's just more. It's just a pain. So Matt's going to get his rod in, and then I'm going to get out a bit deeper. It's just a lot of weed, and we're just having a bit of a nightmare, if I'm honest. So we go out, find a bit of deep water, have a little look on the navionics, see what we can find, and then yeah, I'll bring you back if anything happens. Something just jumped there too. Right, guys, we're out a bit further now. We're on what's called the Christchurch Reef, I think, or the Hainsbury Head Reef, and I'm just still flicking the lure about. Matt's got some feathers on. Ideally, I want some mackerel because tonight we're going to go to Southbourne, and I really want to have a go for a turbot. Now, fresh mackerel is the bait for them off the shore. There are very few and far between, but it's possible, you know, it's definitely possible. What is that there? I'm sure there's something there. Might just be me being a tit. It might be the waves, but I swear that splashes. Whew. So yeah, that's the plan. All right, we're going to give it another 10-15 minutes, and then I'm going to anchor up and put some ragworm over because I can't deal with lure fishing all day. You know that. We're going to have a mackerel rod. Yeah, we're going to have feathers over the side all the time because, like I said, I want some mackerel. Even if we catch one mackerel, be enough to cut some small baits off later to stick out for a turbot in close on Southbourne, which is that direction towards the shore. And we're drifting back in quite close to Hainsbury now, which is, we're right over the top of the reef now. We're on the line of the reef, so it drops off at about 10 metres, I think. You got some? Yes, Matt! Right, that is my bait for later. Oh, there was a bass there, just chased that. Oh my God, something just chased my lure, Matt. Right, yeah, we're staying here, mate. I'm not dead. Right, I'm telling you guys, that was something chasing my fish. 100%. Matt's got a mackerel. I've just had, that's the second time something's chased my lure. I'm sure it is. I see it just swim off at the last second. Obviously they're down here with the water being so clear. Not like the toilet at the Medway. let's go a little bit further away. Actually, let's go that direction. Come up tide. It's so nice having an aluminium floor that I can stand up on and see what I'm doing and see what the crack is. Still haven't got a clue how to lure fish, but Matt's got a mackerel, so that really is all that matters at the minute. Right, that was 3 little jumps there. It must be mackerel. It must be. Surely the mackerel would have a go at this lure. Let's let it sink a bit, get a bit deeper. Yeah, we're right on top of the reef now. These boys are sort of marking it out, if that makes sense. I don't know whether it's worth casting or jigging up and down, so I need a lure expert. My lure might, oh no, my lure's not too big, I know that for a fact, because I've seen tiny bass caught on massive lures, and big pike caught on huge lures, bigger than them. You what, Matt?
Yeah.
No idea what I'm doing. Please, guys, don't watch my videos for lure fishing. Could do with some decent sunglasses too, because I can't see shit. Eh?
Swearing.
Who's swearing? Don't know what you mean. Let's try a fast one like they do in tuna wars. Does swim well, this fish. Let's go towards the reef. Cast well too. Oh, I reckon that was a wave. I don't think that was a fish. Oh, okay. You getting the ump, Matt? Yep. Matt's getting the ump. Well done, Matt, I'm proud of you. Proud of you. Again, I'll do the same as you just. Did you just drop that down, or was that cast out, Matt?
Yeah.
It were just there, it was probably over there because we drifted a bit since there. Donut. You ain't. You're on the bottom, aren't you? We have got a little shallower now. Hell of a lot shallower. Right, guys. Obviously, if anything decent happens, I'll bring you back. Look at that lure down there, look. Whoa, it looks good, doesn't it? Well, at the minute, no, but then it's me using it, so. Right, people, in a bit. Himself a garfish. Now, they're meant to be really good bait. To be fair, though, I think what we'll probably do is let that go. They stink like cucumber, Matt.
Yeah?
Yeah, seriously. Touch it.
I ain't touching it.
Touch it and smell your fingers.
I'll let you on it, though.
You're a knob. Foul look to gar.
Does that count?
As what?
My fish?
Well, yeah, it's your fish. Yeah, well done. Matt's first of a garfish. Oh, I don't really want to get cucumbery fingers. I don't like it. It's really good bait, though. Really good bait. All right, easy, mate, with your teeth. Get out. Yeah, look at that. Look. Garfish, beautiful. I'm sure it's meant to be really good bait. Don't you dare pop my boat.
Pay back.
Why are you getting to catch all the fish? It's not fair, it's my boat.
Yeah.
You're banned in a minute, I'm not letting you join the club. In a bit. Right, Matt's got a fish on, I think. Have you? I've mucked up with recording as I normally bloody do. I just had a nice little bream, Matt had a nice bream. And possibly Matt's got another bream. Possibly. And his mackerel feathers. Everyone likes to see that, Matt. Hang on, come close. He's literally got the line wrapped in his gob. Hang on. Don't you flap about, mate. Don't you flap about. Right, mackerel feathers are gone. Fish you're going to have to deal with this time. Hey, another bream. So again, we don't know what we're going to get here. I've already done this bit. We don't know what we're going to get here. We've moved because of all that weed. I don't know if you saw that. I've done a bit of a video on the weed. It was terrible. We've only moved 500 yards, a bit further down to be fair, but yeah, we're in a bit closer to shore. Matt's had another mackerel. I can't remember what I've showed you, but making this video is going to be a pain in my arse now because I've got to actually watch it. Yeah, we're up. The main target now really is mackerel for tonight. We want to cut the fresh mackerel. We've got one in the bucket, one that I've cut up and started using while I'm out here to maybe tempt a few more, but we'll see. I've just put a tote bait out. I couldn't. Easy, Matt. I couldn't help myself. I had to put a mackerel head down with all the guts attached, just in case. You never know. Might be a big bass. Might be a tote. Might be a, I don't know. Could be a tuna or a fresher shark. Matt, you'd love to see a shark, wouldn't you?
I would.
You would. What, on the Discovery Channel? See, now if that was in my boat with the other floor, you'd have been walking the plank, son. But because I've got this nice new aluminium one, I don't really care.
I was just testing it.
Yeah, oh, I see. What, seeing if the aluminium was airtight? Yeah. Not bad.
I test these things.
Right, people, I will bring you back. Right, people, fish on here. Not a clue what it could be. Ah, it's just bloody dropped here. Shit. Felt good fish and all that. Ah. Oh, I've got to bring it in now and see what the bait's going on the bait. Oh, that's annoyed me because that felt a good fish. Mackerel, chunk of mackerel. It was definitely not a bream. It was too big to be a bream. I don't think it was anything like a tope. Oh, that's had me hook off. That was a tope then, I reckon. Bitten with bloody hook off. Good shot that was a tope. Oh yeah, it's mullered it. Yeah, 100%. Well, there's tope in the area. So what happens now is we get rid of that little rig and we put a bigger hook on. Well, there's already one down there with a big mackerel head on it. That's bloody annoying, that is. Really annoying. Look at that, look. It's chewed right through it, Matt. Well, I know they're there. Right, stop being greedy and stop fishing with 3 rods, Reese. Let's put this one away. Because, well, there's just no point. Oh, I do hope this boat turns and doesn't hit us. I don't fancy that. What am I doing with this? Shall I put another rig on? Yeah, there's a good shot. Let's do that, Matt. Let's do that. Right, let's put that there. Let's put that lid back on. Problem is, mate, you ain't really doing very well with our mackerel.
Mackerel, what's that?
That's what I mean. We need more. Right. Alright, let's put the wire trace on, shall we? As I've got you on film. Wire trace. Just small bits of mackerel, just in case. That was really annoying. I don't think it was a big fish, but it wasn't a bream. And it had teeth because it bit through my line. So these hooks are ridiculously big for the bait I'm about to put on, but I don't care. Chunk of mackerel that's fresh sunbaked. It's still got all of its oils in it though. Small bait, big hooks. If anything grabs the bait, it is definitely getting hooked. Definitely. Yeah, let's whack that circle in there and all for good measure. Yeah, it's not the prettiest, it really ain't, but then neither's Matt, and he's still here, isn't he? Short trace as well, quite like them short traces. And then up tide. Over there. While this was getting bites on my little pop-up thingy-majiggy as well. The tide really is running hard. Right, so that's that. That one's fishing again. Matt's finally got the feathers down. Right, people, in a bit. Well, Matt seems to be into another fish. Is it another bream? Probably, because that is, to be fair, all we seem to be catching at the minute. Which is slightly annoying, but it's what it is. At least we're fishing. Come here, Matt, and I'm not looking for you. Oh, don't, you'll get me all wet. Nicely hooked. Come, mate. Off you pop. Away he goes. You could do with a bit more ragworm on there, Matt. I would do it for you, mate, but... well... you're a big boy. So, yes, guys, fish. There's fish. There's loads of fish. There's bream and there's all sorts of bits and bobs, but... it's not what we want. It's not what we want, but it's better than blanking. This is better than blank. Just washing me old chopping board. Sun-baked mackerel blood. Great. It's a lovely day now though. It's calm right down. It's like, oh, it's not quite like glass, but it's very, very nice out here. Very, very nice. We'll be out here for a few more hours. Fish on, I think. Unless I've just dropped it. No, it's still there. It's still there. On my little pop-up Oodgermadoobery. Bream? Is it a bream? There's a surprise. Well, we found the bream mark, although they're not very big. I keep looking at these thinking, that's a live bait. Oh, what? Ta-da, dude. Well, bream. A little bit of ragworm. I'm not even going to bother putting any more rag on that because that's how I roll. Just a little bit down tide. Tide's really running. So on the mackerel rod, Matt bought some cheap braid, and well, yeah, it's cheap. So which means it's very thick. It's actually like anchor rope. Look at it. Look at the thickness of that. So because of the tide run, it's catching this braid so much. There's 16 ounces of lead on that, and it's still not hitting the bottom. But yeah, on this little rod with this very thin 15-pound braid, it's 4 ounces and I'm on the floor. Very, very strange. Very strange. But it's the tide one, I suppose. It's quite savage. We've got about another hour's worth of fishing sitting here, which I'm not going to bother moving. And then we're going to up the anchor and just drift with the tide because it's taking us roughly back the way we want to go. All right, it's probably going to take us more over there instead of back in there. But we're going to just drift, both put mackerel feathers on. And with the boat going with the drift, it will go to the bottom. Because obviously we're at anchor and we're not moving. If we're moving with the feathers, we'll be able to get to the bottom. Just so we can try and get another couple of mackerel before we go in. And then Luke is currently on his way down here. At the minute, he's probably sitting in traffic on the M25 at about, I don't know, junction 10, I reckon. Because that's where we got stuck in traffic and it was jank. And he's left at 4 or 5 o'clock, so he's going to cop it really bad. But he's a trooper. And he's probably got aircon in his car, whereas me and Matt didn't. So when we was doing 140, that's a joke because my Transit doesn't do 140 before everybody kicks off. When we stopped, like it was just hot. It was like proper sweatbox in there. So yeah, Luke's got it nice and easy. In a bit. I've reeled everything in really. Matt's getting a few more mackerel now, which is quite nice. Tide's still running, although it's, I don't know. Yeah, no, it's still running quite hard, to be fair. I've put a live bait mackerel down. I did have a live bait bream. Nothing happened after 10 minutes. I swapped it and stuck a mackerel down. We've reeled in the bream rods because we just caught so many bream. I just got boring. We've only probably got about another, I keep saying half hour, but that was about 4 hours ago. We haven't got much longer yet. Yeah, it's 6:30. Luke is on the M3, so he's about an hour and a half away. So we're probably going to give it another 10 minutes here. I'll reel that rod in. I'll get my lure rod out. This is the new lure I bought. I don't know if I showed you it. Matt can crack on with his feathers. I'll go with a lure. I don't know, some lure with a weedless hook. I'll go with that, and we'll drift back over the top of the reef. Hopefully get a couple more mackerel. If not, how many got in there, Matt? 5, 6?
6.
6 mackerel in there. Plus the one that I've got, if it doesn't get chewed on, I'll bring that in and go with that again because there'll be nothing wrong with it. It's still fresh down there. And then yeah, 6 mackerel's plenty for tonight. We've got a load of ragworm. All we need now is some battered sausage and chips, which I've seen a couple of likely candidates I'll try on the way home, on the way back out. So we've got to drive, take the boat back in there at Mudderford. There's Hengstbury Head there. Drive all the way past, back round Hengstbury, and then Southbourne is over there, round the back of his ugly head. Yeah, I know, yeah, I know. So yeah, don't get me wrong, it's been a lovely afternoon. You can see how nice it is now. There's still a bit of movement, but I mean, there's nothing really. It's nice and glassy, and there's not a breath of wind. It's actually really quite nice, to be fair. And the tide, the way the tide's going, is going to take us straight up the Solent from here, the way it's pointing in the back of the boat. And we're going to go back around that way, but we will drift with the tide for a bit, try with the lures and with the feathers. If anything happens, I'll bring you back. Right guys, we're back now. Fishing was pretty pants. I don't know if you can see the bottom. We're not in a lot of water, probably 2 metres maybe. But here it's very well known here at Mudderford Quay. There's a big sandbank sticks out, so that's Hengstbury Head right there. obviously there's the beach. But we're going over this sandbank now, and again, it's one of them things, it's like a big no-no if you're in a boat. But because we're in an inflatable and I've got no draft, as in nothing under the water really, if you like, well, we can. There's no rules to say you can't, it's just one of them things. Now the channel, was that a fish, Matt?
Yeah, see that?
What was it?
I know.
I would have thought there'd be bass and all sorts here, but this isn't the sort of place you can really stop. Now all we're doing is we're just sitting in gear, just trotting along, but in a minute we're going to hit the big tidal rip going up the quay. Look how rough it is over there, Matt. That's going to be fun. And also, it looks to me like it's getting a little bit shallower. So there's a good shout in a minute. We could be whacking this old girl in reverse and spinning round and going again. It's getting shallower, Matt.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
We're going a lot faster and all now we're in that tide rip. Wow, look at that round there. It's like white water rapids. Oh yeah, Jesus, we are well in. Well, we're nearly in the channel, to be fair. I'm just looking. I'm hoping, guys, you can see the bottom. It's like amazing. Obviously, keeping a check for our surroundings, as in other boats and things. Everyone's probably looking at us going, "Yeah, that's so uncouth. That's not the way to do it." What? There's a lot of weed here. Oh, look there. Now it's shallow, mate. I reckon you could get out here. Don't know.
Oh.
No, don't. Definitely don't, because you'll probably die. Look at the tide run. Oh, it's very fun. No, I think there's enough water here. We're just going to cut in on this channel. Oh, hold on. No, we're not, because there's a boat there. Let's get out of the way of that boat. Oh, it's ripping. Now we're going back in. Should we go for it, Matt? Should we? Yeah, bollocks. We're going with the tide anyway, aren't we? Hold on, son. Looks a bit rougher there. We're slowed down, I think. Hit their waves. And then we're around here. Much calmer here, look. Beautiful. Oh mate, look at the queue to get back up the slipway. I don't want to go in yet, I'm having fun. Right, on a serious note, I think we should stop being idiots, Matt. Stop it. Stop it. Oh, someone's at the door. Who's at the door? Oh, we won't look. Right, people, that is a wrap, I think, for this video. Look out for part 2. We're going to be shore fishing and not prattling about on my boat. But as you've just seen, a little bit of publicity for the hydras. We've just been giving it there from Motherford Quay, and it's one of them sort of things where it's quite... It can be quite rough at times. 2 fully grown men in it. Well, 1 fully grown man and a toothpick. And it stood up to it absolutely fine. So, right, we'll see you in the next one. I'm not sure I'd want to go out in that though. That looks a bit close to the water at the front, doesn't it? Right, people, in a bit.